What's going on, guys? MDLP from the Battle Axe, the fucking strongman gym in Miami, where strength is everything. I don't know why I cursed there. I felt aggressive. Make another video, just talking shit here. See if I can give some advice when I can. What I'm seeing now is that a lot of us are getting ready for nationals, and that's awesome. I have a few people in my gym, that are getting ready for big shows as well. And something that I've noticed in the past is that people get a little too ramped up and they get a little crazy and they start doing a lot of their events and their weights way early. So we're about, what, 14, maybe 15 weeks away from nationals. I got people in my gym that are about 17 weeks away from a show in October here in Florida. So what I see a lot, and I guess I get a lot of, even my people, just a lot of people get a little antsy about it, almost frustrated the fact that they're not doing the events all the time. They get a little anxious, and it happens. I've done it to myself as well. And I think one of the biggest things we need to do is really not to overdo it. It's, even with my powerlifters, really doesn't start ramping up heavy to about 8 to 10 weeks out. You know, there is kind of like an off season. And I think that's important here to discuss for us in strongman or any kind of weight or strength performance sport. My biggest thing is, when you're this far away, you're over 4 months away or 3.5 months away, it's a good idea to run these events maybe on the weekends at a much lighter weight for repetitions, for speed, build your technique. I think the biggest thing to do and the first thing to do is to really start focusing in on your diet, your sleep schedule, start getting your normal life ready for the next 3 months, because a lot of us know that when it comes to any competition, it doesn't have to be nationals. I don't think there's as much of a difference preparing for nationals than a regular show. If you're like me and every single competition is a big deal to you, obviously, you know, the pressure and the mental and all that stuff, you're going to go really heavy and hard and push yourself. But I think that's what a lot of us do for any show if you take it seriously enough. So I think that it's important to start getting your normal life ready for that. You know, you obviously can't go out all the time anymore. Start cutting down the beers and hanging out with certain friends, picking up the sleep, start dropping stressful things, whatever is in your personal life. Like I always said, it's not really the training program, it's normally your life first that's the issue. After that, I start, of course, since day one, now I'm ready on a new diet with Trevor. So that's really cool. That's a big deal. I think it's definitely important to start with your, well, Trevor Cashy, or you guys know that, Cash E. I have him on my Facebook. I'll tag him on the bottom. Working with him, and Nick Peterson from Relentless Performance here in Florida actually hooked me up with that hookup, which was really cool. So the biggest thing that I want to focus on is diet since day one, starting getting my life ready and all this shit, and then increasing the volume of the movements. Don't overtrain these movements, and I don't believe in overtraining. I believe in under resting. So if you constantly are beating your ass up with these heavy weights and these heavy event trainings, the chances are by the time you get to nationals or your show, you're going to be completely swamped. So I've been fortunate enough to work with Alan from Iron House here in Florida, and he's helping me fine-tune a lot of my programming for nationals, which is a big deal for me because I normally coach myself. And if any of you guys are out there, what did I just say? Any of you guys out there are like me and are coaching yourself and kind of doing your own thing, you know how difficult it can be. So it's nice to have somebody to tell you to rest and kind of spank you on the head when you get out of control. So work on the volume, work on the movement. Something like nationals is a lot about athleticism and speed, not so much maximal weight. It doesn't hurt to be really, really strong, of course. But I think it's important to work on that technique, because the good guys just don't make mistakes. They're also very strong, I get it, but they just don't make mistakes. So I've been reading a lot of information. Guys that have been to bigger shows. Starting Strongman with Cale Beck has been huge. He's been putting really good information out there. He just had one in the last radio show that I was called out on. Yes. No, but for real. He mentioned the fact that people do start working a little too fast, too early. So it's diet, all right? It's diet Dr. Pepper. Don't judge me. So I think it's a big deal. So if you guys are out there listening, this is how I do it. You don't have to do it. You know, if you think I'm wrong, you're probably a jerk and I hate you. But I'm always open to discussion. I like to work the movements, the volume, the speed. My main movements in powerlifting still remain strong. I like to pull relatively heavy, squat relatively heavy, but the events don't start dominating my workout till I'm a little closer. And Alan has me on some good stuff and giving me advice on certain volume training and how to really turn those things in. But even in previous shows, I didn't want to overtrain too early. So I have my people kind of touching it, getting them hungry, and then around 12, 10 weeks out, we start picking up the pace. Because, the last week or so doesn't really count. It's a rest week, and the week before is iffy. So, work, get your normal life prepared, get your diet on board, start working volume, technique, speed, things that are really important so you don't make mistakes, and then start ramping it up. I hope this helps. I know when I was starting preparing for Strongman, I had kind of not necessarily a clueless idea. I followed a lot of powerlifting stuff, but realized how important repetition and technique, of course in anything, but how important reps are and heavy reps are in Strongman. So hope this helps. Hit me up with any questions, and cheers.